The structure of the Jamaican government. In Jamaica, the system of governance is a constitutional monarchy. The king represented by a governor-general who is head of state. The Jamaican constitution was drafted to reflect the British socio-political model known as the Westminster Whitehall system of government. This model guarantees that citizens, through universal adult franchise, have the right to participate in free and fair elections, and choose the officials that govern the country. The Jamaican parliament is bicameral, meaning the parliament is composed of the monarch and two legislative bodies, the nominated Senate, commonly referred to as the upper house, and the elected House of Representatives, known as the lower house. Members of the Senate are called senator. Members of the lower house are called members or parliament, MP. Head of state. The Governor-General. The head of state is the sovereign monarch of Jamaica. The Governor-General is the official representative of the head of state in Jamaica. He has the responsibility to appoint, usually on the recommendation of the Prime Minister, the principal officials responsible for leading the state. The Governor-General is solely responsible for granting the prerogative of mercy, pardon, to convicted offenders upon the advice of the Privy Council. The Governor-General's formal assent is required before parliamentary bills become enacted into laws. Under the constitutional monarchy, there are three arms or arms of government: the executive, the legislature, the judiciary. The executive, the cabinet. The executive comprises the Prime Minister and members of the cabinet. Members of the cabinet include the ministers of education, finance, health, agriculture, housing and others. The Prime Minister and the cabinet have the responsibility to guide government policy. The Prime Minister presides over the cabinet, whose members are selected from among the elected officials of the party that won the last government election, known as members of parliament, as well as members of the Senate. The legislature, parliament, House of Representative, lower house. The legislature is responsible for enacting and amending laws for the peace, order and development of Jamaica. The legislature is empowered by the Constitution to amend existing and enact new laws. This arm is also in control of the government's finances and guides fiscal policy. The judiciary. The legal system of Jamaica is based on British common law. The administration of justice is carried out through a network of courts. The Judicial Committee of the Privy Council, which is the final court of appeal, is based in London, England. It hears appeals on criminal and civil matters from the Jamaican Court of Appeal. The arms of government are all interconnected and work through agencies, departments and ministries to maintain stability in the country. The Courts of Jamaica. The Court of Appeal consists of the President of the Court of Appeal, the Chief Justice and 6 judges of the Court of the Appeal. A person who is dissatisfied with a decision of one of the other courts, except petty sessions, can appeal to this court. Petty sessions appeals are heard by a judge in chambers or by justices of the peace. The Supreme Court of Jamaica is responsible for hearing serious civil and criminal matters. At the parish level, the parish courts deal with less serious civil and criminal offences. There are other special courts such as traffic, gun, family, revenue, coroners, juvenile and civil courts. Attorney General. The role of the Attorney General is to advise the government on legal matters. This is a cabinet appointment usually by the Governor-General on recommendation of the Prime Minister. The Attorney General is not involved in criminal prosecutions. The Senate. There are 21 members of the Senate. On the advice of the Prime Minister, 13 members are nominated and the remaining 8 on the recommendation of the Leader of the Opposition. The primary function of the Senate is to review bills passed in the House of Representatives. The Auditor General. This appointment is usually based on the suggestion of the Public Service Commission. The Auditor General is responsible for auditing the accounts of all public offices. Reports of these findings are usually presented in the House of Representatives under the supervision of the Public Accounts Committee. Director of Public Prosecution takes matters to court on behalf of the government, usually chosen on the recommendation of the Prime Minister. Civil Service. Persons who work in the ministries.